Ahang! Right then, gather round, you salty dogs, and lend an ear to me song. 'Tis a tale of the endless blue, where the fish wear hats, and the currents flow strong. We set sail from Bubbleport, a city built of, well, bubbles. The Tipsy Turtle, she was called the finest ship that ever wobbles. We sailed past islands made of cheese, and kelp forests so grand, where mermaids with magnificent mustaches served us tea from a clamshell stand. We battled giant singing clams, whose pearls were worth a king's ransom, and outsmarted a kraken by offering it a very convincing interpretive dance. Hey-vo, hey-vo, through the waves we go, with a splash and a crash and a twist of the toe. The endless blue is wide, and the sights are all agleam. So buckle up your barnacles and join Fizwick's dream. And the treasures, my friends, the treasures. I've seen artifacts that would make a dragon drool, and spices that can make you see sounds. But that's a story for another time, perhaps over a pint of something strong and fizzy. So, raise your voices, ye swabs and scallywags, and sing along with me, for the endless blue is a place of wonder, a place of mystery.
Hark, my fellow patrons of the Tipsy Mimic! Your favourite interdimensional gnome, Fizric Copperpot Esquire, is back, and this time I've traded my trusty boots for a pair of, well, let's just say my lower extremities have become remarkably adaptable. I'm here to tell you about the endless blue, a realm that'll make your gills wiggle and your tentacles tingle. Forget everything you think you know about oceans, because this place, it's wetter, wilder, and way, way weirder than anything you've ever imagined.
The endless blue, as you can clearly see from my, artistically rendered map here, is less of a world and more of a splatter. Imagine our good old planet. Then imagine a giant sneezed, and most of the land, poof, gone. What's left is a bonkers collection of islands, archipelagos, and submerged whatchamacallits, all separated by vast stretches of water. It's a world where you're either swimming, sailing, or clinging to whatever bit of rock you can find. And let me tell you, the fish ain't the half of it. The Tritonian Accord. Picture a civilization of fishfolk, only they're not your average guppies, mind you. We're talking Tritons. Regal, muscle-bound, and obsessed with order. These guys are the Romans of the deep, all gleaming armor and booming voices. Their cities? Colossal coral structures, built with a precision that would make a dwarven engineer blush, all held together with some kind of crazy water magic. They zip around in these bubble-powered chariots, wielding tridents that shoot blasts of pure water, barking orders and enforcing their strict Byzantine laws. You wouldn't want to get on their bad side, believe me. I once tried to haggle for a slightly used amphora, and ended up in a week-long underwater trial, complete with a very stern-looking judge with a kelp wig. The sunken city of glass. Now, these guys are the artists of the endless blue. Imagine merfolk and aquatic elves, all graceful and shimmering, with voices that could charm the barnacles off a kraken's backside. They live in these cities made of pure, translucent glass, where light and music flow like liquid poetry. Their cities are basically living art installations, filled with swirling currents of color and haunting melodies. I once found myself in an underwater opera house there, surrounded by singing sirens and dancing sea sprites. It was an experience, to say the least. Though, I did have to make a hasty exit when a rather amorous sea elf tried to convince me I was the reincarnation of their ancient muse. the Sahuagin colonies. All right, hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the deep end of the gene pool. The Sahuagin are the sharks of this world, only they walk on two legs and they're meaner than a hungry anglerfish. Imagine a civilization built on the principle of might makes right, where the strong rule and the weak are, well, let's just say they're not invited to the party. Their cities are sprawling networks of trenches and fortified outposts, all jagged teeth and blood-soaked coral. I once had the pleasure of being captured by these charming fellows. Let's just say their hospitality leaves something to be desired. And their gods, ancient, monstrous things that demand constant sacrifice. Gives me the shivers just thinking about it. The mysterious deep gnomes, Svirfneblin. And finally, we have the Svirfneblin, or deep gnomes. Now, these little buggers are a whole other story. They're like the gnomes you know and love, only paler, quieter, and with an unsettling knack for appearing out of nowhere. They dwell in these vast networks of tunnels and caverns, their cities hidden deep beneath the waves, illuminated by glowing fungi and the strange devices they tinker with. They're all eyes and ears in the dark, you see, and they're always tinkering, always inventing, always building contraptions that would make even me scratch my head in befuddlement. I once spent a week in one of their workshops, surrounded by gears, steam, and explosions. It was exhilarating, terrifying, and slightly damp, all at the same time. You never know what they're going to pull out of their backpacks next. A self-propelled submarine, a sonic weapon that can shatter coral, a device that translates the language of fish. With Svirfneblin, the possibilities are as endless and unpredictable as the endless blue itself. But hold on to your hats, folks, because the endless blue ain't all singing mermaids and friendly dolphins. This place is teeming with dangers and wonders that would make even a seasoned adventurer think twice. I've seen krakens the size of cities, their tentacles longer than any ship, their eyes glowing with ancient malice. And the smell! Imagine 1,000 rotten eggs mixed with low tide. Unforgettable. I've navigated through fields of razor-sharp coral, where a single wrong move could leave you shredded like a cheap tapestry. And don't even get me started on the things that lurk in the dark. Creatures so bizarre, so alien, that they'd make your pet mimic look like a cuddly kitten. But amidst all the peril, there's a beauty that'll take your breath away, assuming you still have any after that kraken encounter. I'm talking coral reefs that shimmer like living jewels, forests of kelp that sway like underwater ballerinas, and creatures so strange and wondrous that they defy description. It's a world that's both terrifying and tantalizing, a place where you can find unimaginable riches and meet a gruesome end in the same kelp-drenched grotto. You've got to see it to believe it, but maybe bring a spare pair of pants. Just in case.